Welcome back to Etc. Podcast. I'm your host, Victor, along with my co-host, Mark. Mark, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Tired, but I'm doing good.
Looking good with the fly Eagles fly on the cap.
Eagles fly.
Rest easy on the chest. I
Rest
see
easy. Yeah, that's all we got to do. Just rest a little bit easy. Chase the bag. Rest easy.
Unsponsored cold water.
Exactly.
What more could you ask for on a hot day like this?
Yeah, it's hot.
It's hot as shit, bro.
103, I think.
I don't know if obviously you wouldn't know this, but my shirt was your color before when I left the house. It burnt on the way here. That's how hot it is.
Yeah.
So
no exaggeration.
It's been nothing but 95 for like the past week or so, and hot, and the air has been hot, and then it feels like 100 plus.
Yeah.
So I don't like being outside, but I have been outside.
Yeah.
But it's been hot, and it's going to continue to be hot, but I think it's going to dip down.
I think, because it's about to start raining the next day or two. But no, yeah, like you said, it's been hot, and like you said, the air has been hot. So it's like 92 is like, it's a great temperature, I think, at least for over here. But when the humidity and like the air quality is just terrible, it's like, it's like about 105.
Yeah,
that's what it feels
minimum
like all the time.
But then it's like usually on normal hot days, like the sun goes down, then it feels beautiful out once it's like past like sunset. But now it's like the sun goes down and the sun is still hot and it's windy, and then you just have hot air blowing in your face, and it makes you want to punch a grandma that you walk past on the street.
There's always like about a good like minute or two where it's like you feel a good breeze and you're just like, wow, and then it just finishes and you're like, this sucks.
I'm dying again. Yeah. I'm already sweating again.
I thought in my head it was gonna get good and it just didn't. It was a little tease.
Shit was trash, but whatever. I'd rather just enjoy it for what it is.
Because everybody
get a swim in.
Talking about the whole groundhog seeing his whatever it was, and spring coming early, whatever summer coming early. And
I hate the people that are like, oh, can't wait for summer. Then summer coming, I was like, I can't wait for winter. Spooky season. It's like, yo, just enjoy where you at, man.
It's true.
Cause like you doing all this looking forward, then it's gone, and then you all upset that it's not the other season that you were just asking to leave a couple months ago.
At that point, just move and just go to a place that's just
hot all the time or cold all the time.
Because unfortunately, when you're in the East Coast, you get
all four, which I appreciate. There's some places that just got one all year round. Imagine living in like Nevada or Arizona, and it's just one something every fucking day.
Yeah,
December just hot.
Yeah, Merry
just
Christmas.
Boom. I can't even envision like a hot Christmas. Like that would throw off my whole. Like I wouldn't feel like it's Christmas.
But you know what? I feel like doing that though gives people that live there more of a reason to like want to travel during those seasons. Because usually some people don't. They're just like, oh well, because they like, oh, it's cold over here, so it kind of feels like winter time or whatever. But I guess like when those moments, like, okay, maybe you can go somewhere to snowboard or ski, something like that, because you're I can't do it over here, so I might as well take the time to like travel and stuff. So
fair point.
Maybe that's what they do. I don't know.
The point is, it's been hot as hell, but we endure. We find a way around. I got this shirt. It's very, very breathable. Uniqlo Airism. Beautiful. Love it. I recommend it.
I need to start shopping there.
Yeah. Great basics, great essentials.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my coworkers about that, and I told him how I always wanted to, but like I never for some reason like had the time. And what I mean by time is like, so they just opened one in Cherry Hill. So
it's been open for like a year or so now.
I didn't know that though, because I don't usually go there as often.
It was there for a minute, then they closed it. Now they just reopened it.
Yeah, and I saw that they reopened it at a different spot in the mall. So I was walking there one time. I forget where I was doing there before, but I was like on a time crunch. I was like, okay, I'm getting stuff I need, whatever. And I walked, and I was just like, wait, this is here? I was like,
yeah.
Dang.
And there's one like a couple blocks from here as well. Like in the city.
I know it's in the city. Yeah, there's one in the city. But yeah, I was just like, oh, snaps, there's one here. And I was just like, dang, but like I don't got the time to be going right now. So it was just, it's always when I don't have the time I see it, I'm like, man, I want to go there. But no, yeah, I've obviously noticed they like have good like for your like just kind of like you said, essentials,
basics,
regular stuff.
I was just there yesterday. I bought this yesterday. And then I'll just like try to bunch of shit on. Like I'll just order it later online if I want more shit. But it's not what we're here to talk about today. Honestly, I had another list of things I was ready to talk about, but then this popped up this morning, and I thought it was fake. You know who Sketch is? The streamer?
I heard about that,
yeah. So if you don't know, guy who popped off on TikTok for making like Madden play videos and like just being funny, and then it was just like Tuesday, hello brother, like all that shit.
What's up, brother?
Like hooking up with, like messing around with other creators and collaborating and stuff. Q hit me up about it this morning. Was like, yo, like I opened Twitter up this morning. The first thing they're trying to tell me is that like Sketch is gay or like Sketch is whatever, and I was just like, but it's a joke though, right? Like, where'd that come from? I don't get it. Like, like apparently people are saying with the situation is Sky Sketch is a video game streamer who's popped off on TikTok, has a huge content creator following now, and there were like photos or videos that came out or leaked of him previously having like an OnlyFans account and like making content himself, and there's a photo of a guy that like looks like him. I say that just because like this just came out today. I don't know all the facts. I haven't heard a word from Sketch.
Yeah.
So who knows? But it looks a lot like him. I thought it was just one of those situations where like it's just like a celebrity lookalike, and they try to, you know, like same thing. Like there'll be a light skinned girl with a like a curly red wig, and they'll be like, oh, like this is Ice Spice's like news or some shit. Like just how Twitter just be bugging, or like that picture of Trey Songz mad long ago when he was like in the back of a limo kissing a dude.
Yeah.
Or like the one that there's a guy that looks like Drake. And just be doing like,
I mean, there'd be a lot of those.
Yeah,
there's
like a lot of lookalikes, and people try to say, "Oh, it's this person," but then it's really just a close lookalike who, whatever. So I thought it was one of those situations, and then I saw other creators that I know of being like, "Yo, like it really sucks what happened to Sketch," like, you know, all of a sudden all the love to him, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, this is like legit," and then like Sketch has been silent, so I don't know if that's like on purpose or what it may be going on, because usually it's like if you know it's fake, you can immediately just send a tweet, I'll be like, "Yo, like." Very funny, but like that's not me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what's going on. Hope he's doing okay. Like if it is real, like I don't really care either way. There's more so the fact that like it got put out there, and I hope he's doing okay, and like he's not like thinking of doing any harm to himself or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So that's what I worry about mostly. But yeah, I didn't know where that came from.
No, yeah, I saw the same thing too. I scrolled on Twitter for a second, saw somebody like just like a regular tweet. I forget what exactly said, but it was about Sketch. Like, oh, I can't believe like all like
what's going on.
Yeah, and it for me it was really just like I looked at it and I was just like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then because I don't know, mind you, I really don't know what went through my head when I saw that, but I was just like I really was just like whatever. And I saw it and I was like okay, whatever.
That was just like a meme.
Yeah. Then I kept scrolling and I saw a video of some guy talking about it, or I think it was like a video from like TikTok, I think, of someone explaining about like, oh, like this thing just came out, blah, blah, blah. Feel really bad for him. But he was just explaining about how like, again, he has been silent, but just the idea of like, we don't want to go too far into assuming stuff. And it's just crazy how like he said, people who just blow up or starts to get really like, you know, famous or popular, how fast people just want to go and try to like take them down and just like ruin their career. And he was saying how like, first of all, I don't know how this guy, first of all, like even found this. He was like, what does it say about him?
Yeah.
Like, so they were just like, he was kind of like saying like, that's a little weird too. When you think about it, like, what do you really look up to try to like get this information, you know? So he was just kind of saying that, but yeah, he was just saying how it's crazy, like how like you get to this like point of fame sometimes,
people start looking for shit.
People start trying to like instantly try to find ways to like really like ruin their career, ruin just their life really too, I would say at that, because sometimes it's like, yeah, you could ruin their career, but then you have to also remember it's not just their career, you're ruining like their life, because they got to walk around with this everywhere they go and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
the only thing that I'll say, at least from like my understanding of the situation, I still feel as though like it's not him. I don't know. The photo that I saw, it looks exactly like him.
Yeah.
But like whatever.
I just think
whether he does or not. But my thing is I thought this would have come out sooner, one.
Okay.
Because he's gone on a crazy run. Like he was
it's been
everywhere. Athletes have been copying his thing, and like kids know about it. ESPN has posted about him. He went onto the NFL draft and like announced draft picks. Like he's been all over the place for the past year or so, along with Jinxie or whatever it may be. I'm surprised he ain't say nothing either. But like that's his homie. So it's like, where did this even come from? And if it's an OnlyFans thing, like this would have been public. Like like during all this, nobody noticed him.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
And I'm assuming this was him posting it willingly.
Yeah.
So if it's not him, why hasn't the person who makes this content be like, yo, it's me, and then reap the benefits of being the guy who looks like Sketch?
Yeah. How old is Sketch? Do you know?
He's probably like a little bit younger than us, if anything.
Okay.
Probably like in his early 20s.
Because I'm just thinking, I'm like, it just doesn't make sense, because like you said, say he's been doing this for a little bit, right? Doing his like just streaming and everything, doing his kind of like career of like just trying to do some type of content. I feel like what age then would he have even done this OnlyFans stuff? Because obviously you got to be a certain age, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I feel like you said, if he's out there putting it willingly.
He's 25.
So he's the same age. Okay. So like I just think if he would have been putting this out willingly.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like
the time frame of him putting that stuff out and like you said, nobody noticing or saying
that
anything
is
from
him.
him making content
And then
all
when
this
he make the
time.
transition to being a Madden streamer,
Yeah, I just feel like there's no point in time where somebody wouldn't have said something like that earlier.
yeah, like somebody could like the way the internet is and everybody trying to like capitalize on each other's stuff. Like it could have been like, oh, one of the people in his videos being like, oh, or somebody who was subscribed to him, like,
Yeah.
or like I said, the guy who is the actual person with the OnlyFans hasn't said anything and been like, yo, like that's me, like subscribe to my OnlyFans just to like get some bread off of that.
Yeah.
And then if it is sketch, then like why isn't he just like whatever? But like once you make the decision to post the content yourself, then I feel like you're comfortable with the world knowing, no?
Yeah.
So why is it like a leaked thing?
Yeah,
You were
I
at
don't
one
know.
point you were trying to make money that way, and you're like, F it, I'm just gonna go to freaking TikTok and make Madden streams and like, you know, do my shit and talk my shit. Which like either way is cool, but like
Yeah.
if that was you, then just I guess own up to it and like rock with it. It is what it is. And not like obviously it's still like a weird
Yeah, there's
thing
still
around
something
being
you're gonna
home.
have to
Like you have to deal with some shit, but like it's
Yeah.
not as terrible treatment as it used to be. I'm not saying that it's easy now, but it's not as
Yeah.
bad as it used to be. It's not career ending.
True.
And there are plenty of other like on the women end doing the same shit of like having OnlyFans and doing the
OnlyFans,
streaming
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's too soon to tell.
Definitely,
I'm
yeah.
guessing this is gonna progress in the next 24 hours or so.
Yeah, something.
At the very least, I just hope Sketch is cool.
Yeah, same.
Like I would hate for like he seemed like a cool guy and like he wholesome and he wasn't like about no. He was literally just like I play my games, talk my shit. He could rap his ass off. I don't know if you saw
I
that.
saw that cipher. He tried.
So like he was killing it. So it's like I don't see like nobody's really gonna give you hate. Somebody did mention the idea of the fact that the community he's coming out of can be like hyper masculine because like he's a Madden guy, 2K guy, like you know the kind of like stereotype that comes along with that. So
True.
there might be those assholes. They'd be like, oh, I don't fuck with you no more. But I feel like the majority of his fan bases would still be like, all right, whatever, man.
Exactly, yeah. And like I said, people who are really close to him will obviously understand. People who aren't, in, like you said, in that other type of like, environment would probably have a problem. But it's just like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's going to be, like you said, career ending for him. So,
Yeah. And then it's just been a weird social media week in general. Just because like there was some, I don't know if you saw this as well. There was an NFL player who was drafted this year to the Minnesota Vikings. And a couple of days ago, he passed away overnight in a car crash with two other players.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was some weirdo like sports coverage content creator on TikTok who just basically like posted the flick of like them announcing he passed away, but being like, oh, I told you he wasn't a good guy. Like I knew this was gonna happen to him, and just went on this 7-minute video just like ranting about how everybody I've spoken to in the industry has said like he's an amazing player, but off the field he's a terrible person. Da 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 da. And it was like, yo, like. He was in the passenger seat of the car. He wasn't driving.
Yeah.
They got hit by somebody else who was drunk driving. And he still went on like this crazy weird rant. So it's like another thing was like trying to capitalize on people's situations just to like get a couple followers.
I'm sorry.
And
That's terrible.
And to make it even worse, since I've seen that video, he's on TikTok you can scroll and even if you don't follow somebody, if they're live, they'll like you'll get suggested their lives to them. For the past like 24 hours, he's just been on TikTok live, like not even paying attention to chat. He just has it up. And like people are just like obviously talking shit to him, like, yo, you're an asshole or whatever. Like, but he's gained like 100,000 followers since then.
Yeah.
So like, and I like popped into it just to see, and people were like, because he's like working on his computer, but not paying attention to his phone at all. People are like, oh, like you applying to McDonald's right now, aren't you? Like just talking shit. But he's just blowing up off of this terrible thing. Like,
yeah. I think that's terrible. Yeah, I think the best thing to do is not give him attention.
But
because he's gonna definitely
all
capitalize off of it. He's gonna be getting into interviews, more interviews, all that stuff from people like Bobby and all. Like,
yeah,
it's people like that. Obviously, not specifically her, but people like that who obviously want to start asking questions. Oh,
yeah,
like,
he's
why
gonna
did you
like
say that. And it's, I mean, people like that are like right now in this situation, the way he's going to get followers, he's going to get attention, he's going to get some fame. It's going to end within like the next like 3-4 months or so though. Very quickly, because I see it all the time with those type of people where you see them pop off like crazy and you're just like, oh wow, what the heck, like how do they do this, that? But it's nothing like crazy. It's more just the 15-minute fame thing, really. Like it's not somebody who's clearly like in it for the like career aspect of it. And again, this situation is different because he's already kind of there, I guess, in a sense, but he's just doing it the wrong way by like saying bad stuff, and then he's gonna get people to like follow him like that.
Any publicity is good publicity, I guess.
And
but
that idea, yeah.
I also want to add, his name was Kyrie Jackson, the guy that
There you
passed away.
go.
I don't want to say it without saying his name. Rest in peace to him and the two other
Yeah.
people that passed away with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a dick for that. I think it's super
Yeah.
corny. And unfortunately, like as much as like blatantly or not blatantly racist that guy was basically being by just being that way about it, like he's just like, oh, like I already knew this guy was a bad guy. Like
Yeah.
you already know what to expect with this kid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you to judge on any of that? Like, I get it. Somebody could be bad, but you never wish that upon somebody. Or
Yeah.
like think like, okay, they deserve to do. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
I don't even know if it's like I don't even know if I would call it racist, but it's just like it gives off that vibe. And like
Yeah.
not that he said anything racist, it's more so like, oh, like what'd you expect? Like
Yeah.
of course, you know.
Yeah.
Look what happens.
I
Like that's
see.
that vibe that he gave off
If
to me.
this was.
Yeah. This would never happen. It's like that type of vibe that he was giving off to me. Obviously, he didn't blatantly say anything, but it's just like the undertone of the video gave me that vibe. So I don't want to outwardly call him racist. But sometimes you could just read between the lines a little bit,
Sometimes,
which y'all don't like. I'll stop talking about that. Y'all get real upset when I try to do that. But yeah, he's just a piece of shit for that. So RIP to him. It's just really corny that obviously he gained a following.
Yeah.
And I don't know how far it'll go. Obviously, people from the sports community are like, yo, like, we have no respect for you.
Yeah.
But
Makes
there's
sense.
always, no matter how shitty somebody may think, there's so many people that agree with his sentiment. So he's going to have those guys backing
That's
him
why
up.
I think like when you say like he's gained a following, I'm just thinking in my head like the people that are in there, the people that are saying like, oh, you're an a-hole or anything like that.
They're going to fizzle out eventually.
They're gonna fizzle out, but I'm also wondering like, are some of those people also following him too?
Yeah,
you know,
just being like,
some people
yeah.
are following just to follow, or some people are like, again, half of the people are probably in there agreeing like, oh, like,
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
he doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of crazy, you know.
It's ass. But hopefully, whatever, it passes on.
Yeah.
And prayers to the family that lost 3 sons, bro. Like somebody else talked about, it's like, yo, like these are 3 sons that some mother and father just lost.
Yeah.
And you're just out here just talking crazy. Like you could have just sent your
it's wild.
condolences and left it as
Exactly.
is.
You don't need to say nothing. Like why?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Nobody asked for your video.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. No one said it. Yeah. That's stupid.
So yeah, but that's the wave these days, bro. You know, like somebody mentioned it where like a lot of content creators, if obviously his case is different, but when their shit fizzles out, like obviously they're popping for whatever it is that they do, and then shit starts to fizzle out, and then they just like go to build shit back up. They go into that controversial shit, and some of them like will go to like basically being like on some Trump shit, just to because they know like the people that relate to that ideology, they ride for that shit so hard. So if you just turn into that kind of guy, like you're following, we just go into it.
Yeah. Somebody. There's somebody for everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Same thing with like the Andrew Tates or like what's the other guy who's getting
Cool.
sued by the it's the guy that said it was like, oh, they're turning all the frogs gay. It's that old guy. He's like, I'll kick your ass. He's like, I forget his name, bro. Any other time I have it.
I feel
It's
like
that old
you
white
know.
guy. He like said that the mass shooting in a couple years ago was fake. He said, and then he got sued
I
for
think I
like,
know you're talking about.
for like
yeah.
millions of dollars.
Yeah, I think I know you're talking about.
But yeah, it's like guys like that. Like obviously you would think who the fuck watches that, but then there's so many people that are like, yo, like
Yeah.
yeah, he's right, man. Like he's saying
Yeah.
his facts.
His neighbor is probably
Yeah.
right on with him. Like,
So it's just a weird time, man.
yeah.
What else? What else happened this past week? LeBron James' son got drafted.
Bronny, yeah.
That was
I saw
another thing.
that. It was so funny when that happened because I didn't know that it happened that night before.
Mm-hmm.
But I went into work and then I started hearing just some people talking about it. Like there was one boy who came up to my window, was talking to somebody on the phone about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just going off the idea of just like, oh, like, you know, he just like I don't think he really ready, you know, because, you know, at the same time he might be getting picked up, but you know, this is a whole different league, you know, like he gotta have to go against other people who've been in this joint for so many years.
Which
and
you
all
could
that.
say for literally anybody that's ever
Exactly.
played basketball, but
Yeah, but it was just funny because I like it kind of makes sense, you know, the idea like because you were saying the last time like, well, even Bronny was saying how like he didn't want to like get picked just because he was LeBron James' son. He actually wanted to like kind of earn it.
yeah.
So then this whole idea of him getting picked was just kind of like because you were saying how he doesn't. There's so many other people who like clearly feel like deserve it more.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
in a sense. So
And he almost didn't get like he was literally like one of the last few picks. So
Mhm.
like it probably looked like he wasn't getting picked, and like LeBron stepped in.
yeah,
No matter how they want to paint it, so our former player JJ Redick now is coaching the Lakers. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, okay.
He got hired, and but this past season he had a podcast with LeBron James for like 4 months of them just like looking over the game. He gets hired, and he goes on his like welcome press conference as the head coach, being like, "Yeah, like me and Bron never talked about the head coaching position." And there were like reporters, they're like, "Oh my fucking god, like don't lie that blatantly like that to us. Like we know what happened." And then the same thing happens with fucking Bronny James. He gets drafted like the last couple picks, and LeBron, he was opted out of his contract that he had with them because there was something in the contract where he allowed to opt out of it and then essentially renegotiate with other teams or with the Lakers can offer him a better contract. He opted out of it to allow the Lakers to sign somebody big to help them, obviously, in the following season. They didn't sign anybody. Everybody else got taken up. We got Paul George. DeMar DeRozan went elsewhere. A whole bunch of other guys got signed, and Klay Thompson went to the Mavericks.
Okay.
So they didn't get anything. And he came back and he was like, all right, cool. Y'all ain't pay nobody, so give me give me a good contract.
That makes sense.
And he got his paycheck, and he has an option. Like usually it's like a team option thing, or usually it's, when the time's up that their contract is expiring, the team usually has the option whether or not they want to exercise the following year or whatever. And now they made it so that he can pick whenever the fuck he wants to like dip out or not in a year or two. So, which is not foreign, like it's happened before, but like it just shows how much he just owns that fucking team. Like is no matter how they want to like say, he just runs a majority of like the decisions that goes on. And it's been that way forever.
I could picture like a bunch of them sitting around the table who are actually like owners and actually people who are supposed to be leading the thing, and they're like they all together just figure out and come up with something. And they're just like, all right, so we got it all figured out, guys. Last thing we need to do, let's ask James.
Yeah, basically what goes on, because like ever since he left Miami, he's been basically running every team that he's ever joined.
Yeah,
I was having that conversation. I was like, yo, like he has a new coach like every 2 years, basically. Like the longest guy that he's had as a coach was when he was in Miami. Besides that, ever since then, it's just been like 1 or 2 years, and then the guy's out because shit don't happen, or I guess LeBron don't fuck with him.
Start saying words. He's just like, yeah, I just want to say
you're not gonna be here that long.
Not me. So
I mean, props to Bronny James. Whatever, he killed it at the combine, like we spoke about before. His only college career was messed up because before he even began his college season, he had a heart issue, which got sorted in surgery. He had to. Instead, he spent that time recovering and then immediately going to like full-time play. Usually, as a kid, you go onto campus, you have time to practice with the team, all that stuff. He just got thrown into the regular season after having heart surgery and recovering from that. He didn't play, like he wasn't doing basketball. Like you're already thrown off in that way. Like it's kind of like joining a group project like halfway through. It's like, yo, like what the fuck? I don't know what's going on.
Coloring, huh?
Yeah. And then because of that, also he didn't he's a freshman, so it's hard to even get playing time like that.
Yeah.
Regardless of who you are. So he didn't really have an opportunity to play in college. Should he have gone to the draft? I don't think so. From a basketball perspective, he doesn't look ready. And he shouldn't have gotten drafted besides the fact that his last name is James. Can he be good? Yeah. I just think that he needed more time to develop. Not that I'm a fucking basketball god, but
I figure seeing this, it's like he's in it right now. Like it's already if he's in it. But my thinking is that like you said, he's not ready. So like he probably really won't be showing anything crazy until like the next 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Even physically, he has to gain muscle and be bigger and like just get up to speed. So it's gonna take a minute. But also, like, what better way to develop than to just be thrown into the fire and have your pop make sure you never get cut from the team because
that's true.
He owns the Lakers, and he has a great teacher in a sense. So like,
yeah. Finish the game, all right.
Yeah, and even at
right back home, we're running some girls.
And even at the very least, like if it shows that he's not doing well right now, they can send him to the G League, which is basically like the minors or like the lower tier below. That you can still have guys there and call him up whenever he's ready, whatever. Like there are players that get drafted or aren't that good yet that they they'll play on the G League. If the roster gets thin, then they get picked up by another team and like he gets a chance to play again. So. It's better than like him staying in college in a sense because he'll have NBA contracts. He has a chance to be with his pop, make history in that sense. They'll be teammates. It's super like besides all that shit, it's super dope that shit even happened. It just shows like LeBron's longevity or whatever the fuck. Very cool. So I wish him the best. Do I think he's gonna be as good as his dad? No. I feel like at the very least he'll be like a role player in the league. He's like not as big as his dad or anything like that.
Right now I just feel like it reminds me of like Mike.
Yeah.
He's just going to be in the locker room just surrounded by all these guys. He's been in this jump for so long.
And there's another part of it where it's like, there's not that hunger there in a sense. Like there's a slight benefit of being LeBron, who like grew up with no pop, and like it was like, yo, like I have no other choice but to get it.
Yeah.
Whereas your pop is a billionaire from the second you were born, and like you had all the tools there, so like maybe the drive isn't as crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I could say is that like he literally he probably should like just find some passion. Like it could be in basketball, but just try to like find some other avenues to make you a little bit more like desiring of something, because like you said, if his dad's just going to be there to just kind of get him out of a situation or keep him to like get all these opportunities, it's kind of like.
And we talked about it. He got to have that thick skin, because there's going to be guys in the league that are going to be coming for him.
Yeah.
Draymond Green going to fucking suck him in his chest.
He's like, your dad not here today.
But
I'm your pops now.
Yeah. Should be interesting to see. So
yeah,
it's a good story though. I can't wait to see them, like, for the NBA season to start. We made some moves. That's gonna be a good storyline. Klay Thompson left the Warriors, bro. I almost shed a tear over that.
Yeah, he's been.
John Cena's retiring.
Oh my gosh, bro!
In a year, he's doing a Kobe tour.
Oh my gosh, yes, we had to definitely talk about that. Yeah. That's insane. Like I saw that, and a part of me when I first saw that, I was just like, in my head, I was like, it's about time.
It's been time. He's
my
been
time
in and
is
out.
Up. My time is now.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah. It really.
You can't see me.
You're right. You shouldn't have been seeing you. But yeah, it's been long overdue. I guess it's just like seeing him push through it. You're kind of just like people who grew up with John Cena, like us.
He's still dope. He's still in shape.
We're kind of like, okay, good. Like we don't really have a problem.
But all of these guys need to retire.
Yeah.
There's no reason for these guys to still be going.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to, yeah, but like do like,
but like
small,
no,
like don't do stuff that I feel like as much as like wrestling. Like John Cena just needed to stop doing that.
I think they like, if they want to keep those guys in, it needs to be on like a managerial type shit.
Yeah.
Besides, but like you should not be in the ring,
like
bro.
The physical stuff. Like you need to
like leave it to the new guys. But like I love the idea that like Triple H is like this man. I don't know what his role is now, the commissioner or whatever the fuck. Like those roles was cool because it's like these guys used to do it. So like you can still have that little bit of like they could be on the mic and talk their shit.
I like it, but it's sometimes I don't, because Triple H, like his attitude now is just completely different.
I haven't seen it, but I like the concept of having these guys.
Yeah, it makes sense for sure.
Who else should be running this besides the guys that used to do it and like had it at its peak for 100%.
Yeah, it's just that when you start seeing the screenwriting for it and everything like that,
that's the problem. Yeah, but it's going to Netflix and they said it's going to be rated R as fuck now. That's what they said. That's what Triple H said. He said now that it's off like live television, we can do whatever the fuck we want, bro. That'll be the only time I accept him coming back out. If him and Shawn Michaels come out in a Speedo, or not, well, he would be in a Speedo and Shawn Michaels would be in his regular shit. Just doing that shit. I don't care how old and flabby he is. I just, the fireworks and all, I need to see that.
Yeah, bro. DX, man. But yeah, it just sometimes you see and it's a little cringe because they start acting like super just like,
you don't want to frick with me, buddy. I'll give you a whooping.
I'll beat your keister.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
It's like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah, but
say a slur. Bring it back to the early 2000s.
You gotta watch it. That's why. No, but yeah, John Cena, man. Like, I saw a TikTok of some guy. He came in and he was just like, I guess the guy who was in the room was just like upset or something beforehand, or maybe he was just cleaning something, and the guy was just like, "Yo, man, I gotta tell you something." He's like, "Man, what you gotta tell me, man?" He was like, "John Cena retired, man." He was just like, "Stop playing, man. Like, come on, man. It's like, say something so serious, man. Like, keep it real with me." He's just like,
"Nah, bro.
He's retired." He was just like, "What?" It just got so serious. Need a moment. He was just like, "Oh man, you can't see me." What time is that? Like,
I saw one girl. She was like posted like a slideshow. And it's just like, oh, me and my husband, like when we got engaged, and it's like them smiling. It's like me and my husband on our wedding day, and he's like smiling and happy. And it was like she took another photo. It was like my husband when he found out John Cena's retiring. He's watching it live on TV, and it's his hands and his shoulders, his elbows are on his knees, and you just see tears down his face. Somebody comments, it's like, "Were you with him for 20 plus years?" No, so.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
He raised you.
I don't know KBB, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was seeing that TikTok. I was just like, dang.
He was like 2 inches from the TV, like tears down his face, just hands like this, like crying.
And that's the thing too, though. Is like you shouldn't cry because again, it's long overdue. But I guess it's like when you formally see it, you're just like, dang, this man's not gonna be in the ring no more. Because a lot of the people, you didn't really hear them say they retired. You just
They
stop
just kind of
seeing
like,
them.
yeah.
So it was
But it
just
leaves
like-
it open for them to pop up years later. That's the
That's
thing.
true, yeah. But like seeing that specifically and like announcement, you're just like, dang, man.
Look, Vince McMahon's out. If there's anybody that should step into that role,
Whew, yeah. Just
let it be the guys that used to actually be out there like doing that shit. I don't know what they do. Maybe they are, but like the fact that like Stone Cold, like Undertaker, all those guys like aren't back there like formulating this shit up if they want to. Ric Flair, all those guys, like they should have that seat if they want it.
Yeah. They definitely deserve it, like you said. And like you said, who else better? Because I feel like all of them can handle some role in that.
I feel the same way about like the NBA, NFL, and all that shit. Like, for coaching and all that stuff, like, why are you not gonna, like, obviously not all players are meant to coach or whatever. Like, there's a specific task with being a coach. But like, if those guys like want to go after it, who else better knows to like, at least on an assistant or like an advisor level, know how to talk to those athletes or whatever. Or like even for wrestling, is like, who better to teach you how to build up your image than an Edge or a Batista or whatever it may be?
Yeah, because it's like also not even about. It's also not even about wrestling. It's also about just like the stage appearance. Like
that's
like
what I'm saying.
Acting and everything, because all the like, and I feel like the managers too. Like I said, you do that too in that sense. You have that stage appearance, the acting role. So it's like you still do it. You're just not physically doing as much, which is again the good part.
We'll see. Great career. I'm sure he's gonna continue, and he's gonna pop up in 5 years. We all know it. Ric Flair retired how many times? That man's probably gonna pop up next Monday. Like, it is what it is.
If there's anything I need John Cena to do with this retirement, it's just go back to the buzz cut. If he can just do that.
But I guess for acting roles, that's what I was thinking too. Because I'm like, like obviously he has the bald spot on the back, but like if he had a low cut, it wouldn't be as visible. But I guess for roles, he really can't. But also, like, he probably went to Turkey and got like fake hair put in on the front, so maybe that's why he don't cut it, because like he kind of paid for that.
I mean, you got that money, bro. Come on, you can't see me.
Yeah,
take that John out.
It is what it is. Great career though. We'll miss you. I'm just ready for new people to build their name out, even if they do suck. I'd rather them at least do their thing. But that's that on that. Another thing too, our draft though. I don't know if you saw who we drafted. Boy, Jared McCain. I know you're not probably as familiar with him.
Nah, yeah.
But he's like another guy that we've drafted that has like a big social media following. Because like we had another guy named Matisse Thybulle who like he didn't have a huge following, but he also like was active on social media. Like he had vlogs and shit, and like he would vlog the experience of like playing for the Sixers. But now we got this guy with Jared McCain who like already had like 2 million followers on TikTok or 1 point something million followers on TikTok, and he used to be doing dances and shit. It was like hella cringy, and like people were like being weird about it because like he paints his nails, and like people were like, it's like that whole like he's coming to Philly, like the whole femininity thing.
Got you.
All that stuff. So I just hope he could hoop his ass off. He's like a defensive player / 3-point shooter. So like I want to see how that goes along with Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and Paul George. So that's cool, but like people are like, yo, this man is zesty as hell, and I'm like, yo, leave that man alone, man. Like if he could hoop, I don't give a fuck what he does.
He can give us the chip.
Yeah, like if he can like contribute to that, he seems like a good vibes kind of person. He killing it. More power to him. But I'm tired of people being weird on that type of shit. It's like there's like Dennis Rodman didn't fucking exist. This man was on nose earrings, crazy ear piercings, dyeing his hair all wild, makeup, lashes, dresses, all that shit every week, wearing crazy ass fashions and being dripped the fuck out, might I say. But it's like if that guy can make it to the league and y'all respect him as much because he was on the team with Jordan, winning all these rings and being a defensive rebounder and being one of the best rebounder of all time, why are y'all tripping off a kid that's like painting his nails and shit now at this point? And then we got in the NFL the equivalent, Caleb Love. What's that his name? Yeah, something like that. Caleb something. He did the same shit, painting his nails and all that. And people. Caleb Williams. Caleb Love is a basketball player. Caleb Williams is a football player. So I don't get the whole being weird as shit about that. It's just, it's just those same guys that we talked about earlier that like agree with that weirdo who's.
Yeah, and I guess it's like when you don't have that fame already, I guess people just like I feel like they have a reason to put you down more. You know, 'cause you got nothing really that much to back you up yet. They're just like, oh, well, then let's find something else to kind of push him. Because like you said, like Dennis Rodman, like if he had like, again, all that fame, and it's like, it's kind of hard because you can't drown all the success he has with just that.
Yeah.
You know? So
that's the thing though. It's like Only time I see it being an issue is if he's struggling
Mhm.
or if the team is struggling and he's not doing his part and he's still making TikToks and shit. Like, we gonna come for you, bro. Because like,
bro, what you doing?
why are you not putting shots up, or why are you not
Why
like,
are you not at practice?
yeah, like why are you not doing the right things to get your shit right for your job? That's the only time it becomes annoying. But other than that, like, as long as he's showing the effort, which is all we literally ask for as Philly sports fans, like showing that you give a fuck about your job, then like we gonna ride for you regardless. So
yeah.
a lot of social media this week.
Hey man,
It is what it is, man.
it's like every week, but it's just the particular stuff.
Just new
what it
bullshit
is.
comes out all
Yeah.
the time. This Haktua girl got the world on lock. Haktua.
I love
She-
you, Pookie.
she said that one thing, everybody loved it and ran with it, and now they offered her like a documentary or some shit about her life.
Did
Or like,
they?
and like I think another one was like a reality show or some shit.
Hmm.
Why can't that happen to us, bro? I could say Haktua.
It's like
It's just imagine the bull who interviewed her, and she's way more famous
no,
than his.
I saw like comments about that. They were like, "Dang, like I really hope the bull who actually like did the interview is getting his flowers too."
Yeah.
Because without him doing
Nah.
that, like she wouldn't even have existed. You know,
She's been on hella podcasts. Everybody.
Yeah,
Somehow she was on one show. It
bro,
was-
she was with Shaq.
oh yeah, Shaq linked up with her. He was like,
Somebody was like, "Bro, like when is weird too weird?"
Yeah.
because like they were like,
That was
Shaq.
it.
Yeah, like
it was another one that was like, yo, like she's getting all some. Danny LaPrairie is another creator. He was like, oh, I see her getting all this fame off this Haktua shit. She was like, is she gonna prove it? If not, then she doesn't deserve all this fame. She just all talk. I was like, it's kind of
it's
wild.
kind of. I mean,
but
it's
like,
kind of true, I guess, in a sense.
it's like,
you
is
know?
anybody gonna like her previous like boyfriend? Somebody gonna pop up be like, yo, like the Haktua shit is legit.
I guess Pookie.
Nah.
Whatever she said, Pookie better.
Whoever Pookie was.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, shit is wild how like some shit can just catapult like that. She was on a podcast. Somebody was like, "Oh, like I'm gonna ask you about some celebrities. Like you're gonna tell me if you give them the Haktua or not." And it was just like, "Yo, like what are we doing
That's
now?"
so awkward.
Yeah.
A conversation.
She was like,
What?
"Oh, he's definitely getting the Haktua." I'm like, "Bro,
That's-
is this is where you like this is what you gonna ride on?"
I don't even remember how old she is. I feel like
She's
she's
probably in her 20s.
definitely, or I just feel like I didn't know she's like young 20s because you know, like I just feel like you can't tell anymore now. For me, I feel like I
Yeah.
looked at that like she might have looked like she was probably like in her age around us or maybe a little tiny bit older. Next thing you know, you're trying to find out she's like
19.
21 or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, you're just like, oh, like
Yeah, she's definitely like college age.
yeah,
I would
'cause
say.
I'm just like, dang, it's crazy because again, like those people get into those roles, those famous roles, like so early, and they're just like, yeah, they got to get to their head. So
I mean, if she like turns it into something like she can't ride on Haktua forever, so like she has to like.
I'm just thinking, like,
She
yeah,
has
she
to
really does try to, and it's just like, all right.
I mean,
bro.
people just keep asking her because like people love it, bro. Like people are so like they think it's hilarious.
yeah,
But
it was funny.
she could
for
just
a
make her
week or
T-shirts
two.
and like get the money while she can if she wants to,
Yeah.
or she can like find other avenues to keep this shit going. But hopefully that all goes well with her. No shade, ride the moment.
Yeah,
I would do the same thing, but yeah, we gotta figure out how long this is gonna go for. Props to her though. Did you see the video of Ice Spice like on stage twerking and then she just looks miserable?
I didn't.
I forgot where she was performing at, but she was like obviously doing her normal songs and she was twerking, but like somebody got another angle of her, like of her face while she's doing it. She looks like so
She's
over.
like-
She looks like how your face is right now, yeah, like completely over it. And people were like, "Yo, like she's over this shit already." Somebody showed another picture. It was like before and like now she's like lost hella weight since she's like become famous and
I
shit.
saw that. I mean, I
So
don't know if it's a
somebody,
bad thing, but
and then the people were just on Twitter just drawing as always being like, "All right, if she want to stop, it's always OnlyFans." Like, bro, like I think she's made enough money where she don't got to do that
well,
at
I
this
don't think we
point.
need to do OnlyFans. I mean, you could just stop.
Yeah, like, she could just-
that's
she could
also just an option.
I'm sure she's made enough money at this point where she's chilling. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
she has to finish out whatever contract she signed, but like besides that, she could just stop.
Yeah. I mean, like, is there a contract saying that she has to shake her butt on stage?
No, but like that's what people want. Like,
But you're not gonna. Yeah,
like
like,
no, but like it's been shown like people have recorded her concerts and she'll be like just fine. Like she's like she in her mood, whatever the fuck her lyric. I don't know.
I got you.
He thought I was feeling you, whatever. And like people be dead as fuck like while she's performing, and then she turns on and starts twerking. Everybody's like, ah!
Okay.
So it's like, you know what I mean? Like not that she has to,
Got you.
but she
What
could.
the people want.
She could either like go along with that and like just be like, all right, this is what's making me money, so I'm gonna keep doing this, or she has to like double down and be like, all right, I gotta really step up my rap shit so I could go up there and rap my ass off, and people will like be doing it for that.
Pay attention for that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think she's just like, all right, this is my job. Like, I'll just do it because it's my job and
Yeah.
make my money as long as I can. Because another thing somebody posted too is like she's lost like more than half of her monthly listeners on Spotify and shit. Like, you know how it shows you like your average monthly? It's like gone down to like less than 1 million or some shit, like 1 million back when before it was like 25 million or something per month. So she also hasn't really dropped anything too crazy yet. So
I mean, she drops like what's her like biggest album? Like,
I don't think she has an album, does she?
I mean,
I think it's just been singles up to this
well,
point.
there we go. I mean,
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Like, obviously it was like
what is your record label doing for you?
the Munch shit, and then that died out, and then she's had collab with Nicki, but I don't think she has like a formal album released. I'm about to check that.
Well, even if she did, in my head, I was just thinking like, what is it, like 3-4 songs on it? Because that's still nothing.
I mean, no, she would make more, obviously, but obviously her like popular songs would be the ones that people pay
Yeah.
attention to. Oh, she has an EP, but not a she has an upcoming release called Y2K. That's her first album coming out on July 26th. It's her debut album. Yeah, Y2K exclamation
this-
point
is
with
this-
a single on the track one being Fat Butt with PH, and then Thank You the Shit is another one, and then the song that she sampled Sean Paul's Give Me the Light, which is like trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, like, you know, do your thing, Ice Spice, but that song was not great. And then she has an EP and it's called Like ... question mark, because you know she was saying like, you know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She's just fell off. I like with just hearing the titles of those songs. It doesn't interest me.
Yeah,
at
the
all.
thing is that she could turn it around if she just makes a bunch. If she like, obviously she's like a hype music artist. She could just
Yeah.
do that and like, you know, make twerk music or like shit that hypes girls up. Because like Megan Thee Stallion's killing it lately. Like she has a
Yeah.
song out and like she has her album's like the biggest release of a woman album in 2024. Like she's doing her thing. So it's possible. It's just kind of picking your lane.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it. I feel like there's a lot more female artists that are coming out nowadays than
I
male
think a lot of
artists.
them, I think they're doing better. Like
Yeah.
overall, like popularity and like music. Like I think the female women artists are like killing it.
Yeah.
It's like drawing attention compared to male artists. Like,
Yeah.
what's a big male rapper that's really like at the forefront right now?
Kendrick.
Yeah, but he's been around for like 15 years. We didn't even talk
I
about.
know.
We said we weren't talking about that shit
Yeah,
anymore.
we're not.
Video was dope though. And that leak that we're never gonna get. It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a lot of women are at the forefront these days for artists and
Yeah.
like music, even
Yeah.
if it's not rap.
But I guess because of that now it's like trying to, you know, I guess stay at the top with all these like other women artists.
A lot of competition.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
but you know, it is what it is. We did a long one today, so we're gonna hop up out of here. Thank you guys so much for the love lately.
Yes.
Rising and rising. You guys gave us like almost 300 views on our random room zombies video, so that's doing really well. People commenting. People are really like irritated on how I mispronounced those gun names, but it's okay.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, somebody
I mean,
commented, "Yo, how the fuck you mispronounce every single one, but the French one you said perfectly with the perfect accent." It's like Les Charlottes, whatever the fuck I said. I was like, I'm sorry. I was just fucking around, bro. I don't know, but yeah, y'all seem to enjoy that, so we'll keep doing shit like that. Backrooms is gonna be finished this week, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's gonna get done. I want to have some doubt, but it's gonna get done this week.
Yeah. I mean, like, there for as long as we've been playing, we bust out at least like 4 levels. There's no way that we're not almost done.
Yeah,
We've
yeah,
done at least like 4 or 5 videos now. It has to be done soon.
Yeah. So we love you guys. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye.